Scene 1.
Smuggling was one of the best things that the colonists were doing. They were getting goods and resources without having to pay tariffs to the British. All the extra money they were saving was going into their ways of life and any other things they needed. Jefferson was in his house with his friend Franklin.
Hey Franklin,
Yeah?
we need a new list for the store. We're running out of supplies.
Alright, pal, what do we need?
We need cloth, cotton, beer, tobacco, tea.
As Jefferson started listing things they wanted to buy, Franklin started writing it down on paper.
Got it, mate. First thing tomorrow morning, we'll go out there and borrow supplies at the docks.
We have to be careful because of the new act they added, but it doesn't really matter. We still get our things for cheap.
Yeah, I really hope they don't take this too far.
As the new day started, Franklin came to Jefferson's house to get him and to start their journey to the docks.
Jefferson, wake up! Jefferson! Jefferson!
Hi, yeah, I'm up.
Come on, we have to get ready. The ship is about to leave.
As Jefferson rushes downstairs while putting on his shirt, they grab their coats and they rush to the docks.
Come on.
Let's go.
Let's go, mate.
Don't forget the list.
Oh, almost forgot, mate. This is the one. Let's go.
Everything was going great for the two colonists. They had very nice and wealthy families. Nothing can ever go wrong for them unless the act gets enforced. They made their way over to the docks where the ship had recently come in with new supplies.
I don't know. One day he just came to me and said he had to leave. We're gonna start taxing him. Now I run the docks. What would you guys like?
Well, what's your name?
Look, buddy, don't worry about all that. I'm just here to conduct business with you fine lads, not to make pals.
We don't need to be a sore thumb. We just want to buy supplies here.
Well, what may I get you guys?
We would like some cloth, cotton, beer, and some of your finest cigars.
I'll be back.
As the smuggler handed over the supplies, the two colonists went on with their day, carrying the load of supplies in their arms as they went off into the store.
Was it me or that guy back there seemed shady?
Yeah, why would George leave if the Brits weren't gonna do anything?
I don't know. Oh, well.
This was the 1650s. People were smuggling things into colonies and selling them for profit. There was an act in place, but no one was following it because the Brits were not enforcing it. The colonists were happy with the current condition, but this was the 1650s.
Scene 2.
100 years later, both Jefferson and Franklin passed away before the 1700s began, and the store was inherited by their sons, Jefferson Jr. and Franklin Jr. Both served in the French and Indian War and honorably died fighting for the British. Now the store was run by the junior sons, Jefferson III and Franklin III. The French and Indian War had taken a toll on the British economy. Although they won, they were in debt because of the war and they needed money. Since there were so many acts in place that weren't being enforced, the British decided it was time the colonists paid up.
We gon' be rich. We gon' be rich. We gon' be rich.
May I ask why you're so happy today, mate?
Because today we get our shipment and we're gonna be rich.
Well, then let's go to the docks to get our supplies.
Let's go.
Can't forget about our list. Let's go get rich.
Woo!
Little did they know that there was a British representative in town ready to announce some bad news. This news was only bad to smugglers, but it was going to help the British and only the British.
Listen here, boys, I'm closed.
What are you talking about? You never closed, Dougie.
I agree with Franklin.
Boys, listen, I'm closed.
That's so weird. You never closed it.
It has to be a joke.
Instantly, they heard a commotion, and nearly the whole town was gathered around a British man with a long scroll. Franklin and Jefferson began to wonder what was happening. As they neared the front of the crowd, the British man began to speak again.
I repeat, the Navigation Act, which has been passed over 100 years ago, will begin to be enforced. This means all goods on any ship being brought to the colonies will be taxed, and if they do not belong, they will be taken away. The colonies have been making vast amounts of money without giving any to the British. The king believes that you must be taxed because our government is in debt. The war has brought our economy to its knees and to recover. All acts, new and old. This will be enforced heavily. Thank you for your attention.
The crowd erupted and the men quickly ran away to avoid any trouble. Everyone was talking loudly about how unfair and insane this was. Franklin and Jefferson were especially angry because the leniency of the British on the act was what made them all the money they have.
The two men walked into their store.
It's bloody cold.
Do you think what the guy said was the reason why Levi was closed today?
It is a likely reason for him to stop selling his supplies.
What are we gonna do now?
I don't know, man. Let's close up.
Jefferson and Franklin closed up and went home.
Scene 3.
This is outrageous! How are they gonna now enforce the law? That was made a long time ago. I just don't get it.
We were making so much money before, but now we're barely making enough.
I really hope we make enough to keep this business up and running.
So do I.
I'm just gonna take a beer or a cigar, mate. I'll see you some other day.
See ya.
A few weeks have passed and the store isn't making as much as it used to because of the enforcement of taxes.
I had enough of all this. We were making so much money, but now we're barely making enough to keep this place open.
You're completely right. And I think we should do something about this.
What do you think we should do?
We need to show the government that we don't like this. That this needs to stop.
How do you say we do that?
I think we should steal the supplies. Maybe that'll show them that we don't want this torture.
Let's do it. I'll start writing down what we should do.
As Jefferson wrote the list, the two kept discussing what they were going to do and what was going to happen.
Okay, so when we do this, we gotta make sure we don't get caught and we keep everything quiet.
But what if we do get caught?
I don't know, but I don't want to find out.
One last question. How are we gonna do this if they keep track what comes in and out?
I know a guy that can get us what we need without any problem.
Once they got the supplies, they started making more and more money than they ever made because the supplies were stolen. This caused a little problem because too many people were coming to them. They attracted too much attention and were questioned about missing supplies on a cargo ship. Many stores were closing down because their supplies were going missing. The other stores weren't making enough money to continue buying more supplies that they weren't going to get. Jefferson and Franklin's hearts jumped every time a British soldier walked into the door.
Another one of them soldiers coming. Stay cool.
Okay, you're always telling me this.
How are you doing, fine gents?
Good, how are you?
Can we please help you?
I'm just here to question you about the missing
Supplies? Again? You're the second soldier coming in here asking about those supplies. We don't have them.
Well, we can never be too sure.
We don't have them. May you please leave them.
As the soldier is about to leave the store, he peeps a box in the corner of the room.
Wait, what is that?
That's
It's nothing. May you please leave now?
No, I demand to see it.
Sir,
now.
may you please?
it's nothing, sir.
Sir, it's nothing. Sir.
This and many other stories like this one are what led to the revolution a few years later. The colonists were not happy being taxed without representation. The British lost the war and the colonists received their independence. We celebrate that today with what is now known as the 4th of July.